a long event. It's almost half again as long as most of the Supercrosses these riders ride, and conditioning is critical. We're almost ready for a start.
The gate falls and we are underway. One of the most spectacular sights in all of motorsports as they funnel down into turn number 1. And going way wide, a second man start of the day, number 5, Guy Cooper. But it is Damon Bradshaw and Todd DeHoop up front.
Terrific start. These great riders, not a bobble amongst them except for Cooper, and that wasn't much. There is Damon Bradshaw on the 4. Right behind him, DeHoop. But look at this. There's the 2. Jeff Stanton blows by DeHoop to take over second place, and he has Bradshaw in his sights.
And into 4th position, Jeff Natasevich on number 9 and Mike Kudrowski, number 3. Two strong performers from their heat races. They're going faster. They're going harder and flying higher than ever before.
Oh, there's your leader, Damon Bradshaw, and right behind him in the 2, that is Jeff Stanton going for win number 4. However, let's not forget, Damon Bradshaw has got a 5-race streak on the line here as well.
And here is the race for the 3rd position, number 25. There he is, Todd DeHoop. DeHoop trying to catch a burn shot there and did a nice job of it. Right behind him is Jeff Natasevich on the number 9, the green bike.
But look at this. Kudrowski, the number 3, begins to challenge Natasevich for that 4th spot. In fact, he's by him, and he got him mid-air, Steve, off that jump.
That was a beauty. Number 25, Todd DeHoop is in 3rd. Kudrowski with that pass is in 4th. Natasevich now pushed back to 5th. And Jean-Michel Bale is in 6th and moving up, the number 1 Honda.
He sure is. He's going to make a move if he can here pretty quickly on Natasevich, who seems to be fading.
He did. He got Natasevich.
He did indeed. So Jean-Michel Bale is on the move, as is this man, Mike Kudrowski.
And here's Kudrowski taking 3rd away from 25. Todd DeHoop. There's passing going on throughout the entire top 10.
So Kudrowski once again comes out in mid-pack just as he did in his heat and is charging.
But Natasevich got hung up there just for a second on the 9 bike, and here's the leader, Damon Bradshaw, with Jeff Stanton right behind him. The crowd is really getting what they paid for here between these two.
Oh, look at Stanton and the young man Bradshaw take care coming off that jump. Remember, this is a bad corner right in here, and this is a very treacherous and deceiving part of this racetrack, where you see there's Bradshaw and right behind him Stanton. Oh, what a rider Stanton is. Unbelievable.
Well, with David Bradshaw on the Yamaha out front, right now Gary Gerald is with Jeff Stanton's boss from Honda to see how he feels about this.
Dave Arnold, the team manager for Honda. A tremendous battle right now as Jeff Stanton challenges Damon Bradshaw. Would you rather be stalking or be in front at this point?
No, we're fortunate enough that Jeff got off to a good start. Damon got the whole shot. I think Jeff was about 3rd or 4th, and I think at this point in the time, it's best just to follow. It's a long race. I think Jeff will have the advantage of looking at Damon's lines, and someone's going to get tired. I'm not going to, but you know, it's a long enough race that that'll be a factor. So
thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
Steve.
Oh, Gary, I absolutely agree with Dave. It is Bradshaw who is sitting in the better position of the 2 right now, brother.
Well, no question, but as he said, Steve, it's going to become a matter of conditioning later on in this race.
All right, there's the race for 5th. Todd DeHoop, 25. Stephen Everett is in here now. Has won the bike 111, and Jeff Natasevich has slipped back a bit into the 7th position on the number 9 bike. Jean-Michel Bale, number 1, is currently running number 4. But we've got a long ways to go here in Daytona. Stay with us.
This magnificent Supercross that turned out to be a duel between Damon Bradshaw and Jeff Stanton, as we expected, Steve.
All right, 10 laps are down. Mike Kudrowski in the 3rd spot, followed by Jean-Michel Bale on the number 1 Honda, and Mike LaRocca in the 5th spot. Here you see how they stack up 6 through 10. But all eyes right now are on Damon Bradshaw and Jeff Stanton. That's the show, buddy.
Without a doubt. There he is, the 4. And I'll tell you what, Stanton has moved up a little bit, Steve. He is narrowing that distance, slowly but surely reeling Damon Bradshaw in.
And let's not forget Mike Kudrowski on the 3 bike and Jean-Michel Bale. They're not that far behind, and they are currently running 3rd and 4th with a long time to go here.
As you said earlier, fatigue becomes a factor now, and one slight bobble by these riders could make a big difference, as Bale continues to challenge Kudrowski for that third spot.
Bale has got the better line. He executed here. Jean-Michel Bale has moved into that third position, pushing Kudrowski back. Oh, and Damon Bradshaw may be feeling the pressure. He just hit not one, not two, but three of those plastic-wrapped hay bales, moved him out of the way, and Stanton is closing in, Brock.
Stanton is blowing by him off that jump, and Jeff Stanton, but here comes Bradshaw back again on the outside. It's head-to-head dueling right down through these jumps, but Jeff Stanton takes it away from him.
Just wonderful competition here at Daytona. Incredible. Bradshaw takes his left hard rock right off the handlebar, like maybe it was cramping a little bit, trying to stretch it for the instant he had in the air.
Yeah, he wasn't doing any style riding or anything like that. Wasn't showing off. He's maybe got a cramp in that left hand.
All right, here is Damon Bradshaw trying to close in, and there was a rider stalled out on the racetrack, and they have to go around him.
They bracketed him. Bradshaw on the inside. Here's Bradshaw back in the lead again, but Stanton right behind him. What a race. As Damon Bradshaw lost it for a while, but has just seized control of this race one more time, but Jeff Stanton is right behind him.
Oh, yeah, not only is he right behind him, but Stanton is already starting to pick away at the lead that Damon Bradshaw has just established. The two of them, oh, my goodness, you couldn't ask for any better competition. Right now, let's go down on the sidelines with Gary Gerald.
Well, Keith McCarty is the team manager for Yamaha, watching very closely Damon Bradshaw in this battle where he lost the lead, now gets it back from Jeff Stanton. What's your evaluation at this point?
Well, right now there's a lot of the race left to go. There's about 9 laps, so you know, they're battling really close. We're just going to have to watch the next couple laps and see what happens. But Stanton has his strong points on the track, and Damon has his, so it's probably going to come down to who's the strongest rider at the end.
The fact that Damon has this great hot streak and the confidence going, will that help battle the fatigue factor and the extra length of this event?
Well, I think he's out there to get as many points as he can. You know, the streak is really nice, but our main objective is to get as many points as we can at this race. If we can win it along the way, that would be terrific.
Okay, thanks, Keith.
Thank you.
Steve, as we get to this point of this race now, a couple of things to keep in mind. Normally, when you're in a stadium supercross, a lap is about 50 seconds. Here at Daytona, a lap is about a minute and a half. You add that extra time together, and you're talking about running an extra 15 laps in a normal supercross event. So this is where that fatigue factor, this is where the concentration factor can come in. And right now, Jeff Stanton, trying to make it an unprecedented 4 in a row, is battling those factors as he tries to get another win at Daytona.
And nobody, Gary Gerald, is more conditioned physically to win on this particular racetrack, as he has proved the past 3 years.
Well, Steve, we know that Stanton does all kinds of physical training as he moves up on Damon Bradshaw to challenge.
Bradshaw on the inside, Stanton on the outside. Honda, Yamaha. The rooftop of the rear tire stronger than ever. They're using every bit of the throttle, all of the horsepower of these 250cc two-stroke engines. Just incredible.
Well, it looks as if Bradshaw may have a little more power down the straightaway, Steve, because it's Stanton who challenges in the corners. But Bradshaw seems to get off the corners really well and open up on him on these real bumpy straights.
You can use too much power on this racetrack. You can just be spinning the wheel and going nowhere. It's that balance of how you position your body for maximum traction and how much of that power you manage. He hits another bale. Bradshaw seems in love with those ale bales. He's hit about every one of them.
Oh, he's riding as hard as he can. And here comes Stanton. Stanton fell well back there. After he challenged Bradshaw, seemed to turn the wick up a little bit and move out away from Stanton. But now Stanton starts to come back on him.
Now, Bradshaw is riding out close to those bales because there's a little bit of a ridge there. You can kind of get a shot off of that rim.
All right, there's your leader, Damon Bradshaw, 19 years old, on his way to a great career in this kind of competition. Lee is out of shape. He's off the racetrack, and Stanton goes by him.
The front end got way in the air, tried to snatch the handlebars out of his hands. It was all he could do to get off it, get his weight forward, and stay on that bike. That was a miracle there that he didn't go down. Oh, but what a break for Stanton.
Here's your leader, riding by a lap rider, Fred Andrews out of Ohio, as he moves ahead of Damon Bradshaw by about 10 lengths. Unbelievable race here, Steve, as perhaps now that rigid conditioning program that Jeff Stanton undergoes literally 12 hours a day may pay off for him.
Absolutely. It starts every morning with an 8 to 10 mile run. Then he rides a bicycle 25 or 30 miles. Then he rides a training bike, 2 tanks of fuel worth, and these things get good mileage. Then he relaxes by pumping irons at 10 o'clock at night. We'll be back for the close of the Daytona Supercross by Honda right after this.